Time of year. Mother's Day is just around the corner, and every son or daughter is looking for a way to show their appreciation. As a young child, I grew up with people who love and care for me, but no one compares to this mother of three. Every one of us is born with a mother, an important and loving figure in the childhoods of people all around the world. On this Mother's Day of 2012, I am happy to pay tribute to Yvette Morrow, my wonderful mother of nearly 14 years. Every day, my mother is loving and caring, very supporting, and dedicated to the community and to her family. My mother has always been loving and caring ever since I was born on August 3rd of 1998. As a child, I was somewhat clumsy. At the age of 3, I managed to crack my head open while running up brick steps. My mom was there immediately and drove me to the hospital. She stayed with me the whole time I got my stitches. Another more recent example would be only 1 year ago when I had regionals for gymnastics. My brother had just been diagnosed with ADD and was starting his medication the same day. As much as she wanted to watch, she stayed behind to make sure he would be okay. Although she didn't go, she sent me off with her best wishes. Also, whenever anyone in our family is sick, she always takes the best care of them. Once I had an awful headache, and she went to the bathroom to get me some medicine. But we were all out. My mom drove all the way to the store just so I could have something for my headache. Even though it wasn't a big deal, it meant a lot to me. My mom always makes sure that I'm not spoiled rotten. She only allows me to get so much of what I want, or I have to wait for something no matter how much I want it. I had to wait until I was 13 to get a flat iron and get my ears pierced. I also wanted a curling iron, but I had to wait till Christmas before I could have one. I'm still waiting for a phone, which I get in June. Although I want all these things, my mom keeps me from getting spoiled by having me wait. My mom is always very supportive, whether it is for school or for sports. She's always supporting the decisions I make, whether she agrees with them or not. I used to dance Irish step, but after a year I decided I would rather do more gymnastics, which meant I had to choose to drop dancing. Also, next year I plan on taking all honors classes, and my mom almost decided to tell me not to. She thinks it will be a lot of work, but at the same time, she knows I will work hard in my classes and be sure to pass them. My mom always helps me with my schoolwork when I have a problem or don't understand something. Especially when I write papers, she's a great help because she's willing to sacrifice her time to read through them. When she does, she has me sit through them and understand what she's changing and making sure it's okay with me. Having her opinion really helps me develop my writing. My mother also supports me a lot in soccer as well. She makes sure I get to practice and games on time. She also makes sure I have everything I need, like a water bottle, shin pads, a jacket, and that my cleats come in the night before so they are warm. My mom always tries to go to all the games she can, no matter how far they are. She always loves to watch me play. Even recently, my mom devoted a whole day to come and support me at my regionals meet. She went 2 hours away to South Hadley to watch me compete. That Saturday, Cinco de Mayo, my mom had to miss our community day at church. She sacrificed a day of gardening and helping at the community day to support me at what I love. Her support always makes me more confident at what I am doing. My mother always has been and always will be dedicated to community and to her family of 3 kids and her husband. My mom always drives me everywhere I need to go, especially when all of us were young and couldn't drive and played sports. Today, my mom drives me to gymnastics practice almost every day and soccer 3 times a week. If she can't drive, she sets up a ride so I get where I need to go, which happened last week when I needed a ride home from gymnastics. My mom got me a ride with Susan Porter, who lives just down the street from me. While thinking about my needs, she also thinks about the people as well who are giving me rides. My rides are almost always with someone close, so that is not an inconvenience for them. Or it is her who fits it into a busy schedule to give me a ride. My mom also takes care of my brothers and me when my dad is on a business trip somewhere, which he often is. When my dad is on business, the lawn keeps growing. My mom does a lot of the mowing and makes sure that my brothers and I do our fair share. Last week and the week before, my dad went on a trip to first Japan, then Utah. Each week we had to do the mowing. My oldest brother mowed the front lawn, my mom the back, and I did the trimming. As well as mowing, she also took care of my dad's vegetable garden while he was away, watering and setting up protective fences. Even when my dad is home, my mother makes dinner almost every night. Sometimes she surprises us with new dishes and sometimes our favorites. About 1 week ago, my mom made my favorite meal, raclette, and the Friday before regionals, my mom made steak like I requested. She always takes into consideration what we want. My mother is on the board for many committees that she cares about, such as Friends of Music, Adams Farm, and she is one of the people who is trying to raise money to save some of Sunny Rock Farm from development. She goes to a meeting almost every night to make sure she can do as much as she can for each committee she's a part of, and so that she can do her job in the committee well. She also helps out in my brother's Boy Scout troop, and she attends their meetings every Monday, showing her true dedication. All of my friends have moms who do only some of the things my mom does. My mom is always loving and caring, very supporting, and dedicated to the community and her family. She will always be a clear memory of a perfect mom to me and a wonderful person in everyone else's eyes. My family is lucky to have such a terrific mother, which is why I enjoyed paying tribute to my mother, Yvette Morrow.